What is up, everyone? I hope you're doing well. If you don't know me, my name is Ishan. I talk about my feelings, emotions, how I'm processing through things in life, what I learned from it, how I continue to grow from it, and in this video, welcome you to my inner world. I haven't posted in a while, and whenever that happens, and then I repost or upload something new, it is typically, now that I'm seeing this trend, it is typically when I'm going through something that's emotionally hard or difficult to deal with and process. And talking out loud helps me process it in a way simultaneously for future me. Like when I go through similar things or things feel heavy, I can always come back to such videos. Being a I'm someone who believes that we're spiritual beings who chose to have this human experience. And I don't know about you, but my soul feels like like I just know things and I've learned things from my past lives that I don't since I've learned those things, I don't repeat those things in this life. And there's nothing I can pinpoint per se. But one of the biggest things that I can think of from like my early childhood and younger times is the desire to fit in, but innately knowing that fitting in is not going to give me what I truly desire, and that's following my curiosity, following my passion. All that to just say that I'm a woo woo person in a lot of ways, and I believe in a lot of spiritual aspects of life, and I think that sometimes it's dangerous because dangerous is a strong word. Sometimes we have to be careful because what if we it is okay for us to believe these things. However, we should not be using these things as we should not be using these beliefs as a way to like bypass our emotions, because even if we even though we are spiritual beings who chose to have a human experience, like think about that. We signed a contract to come into this world and become human, which means that the human experiences that we go through, the hard times, the difficulties, the emotional pains, etc., this is all part of our human life and experience, and we can't evade it, we can't escape it. Like, this is what we signed up for. So when things happen, when hard things happen, when difficult things happen, like, yes, the instinct is to tune out and like somehow make sense of the emotions that I'm feeling. However, literally all I have to do is just feel these things and observe. It's about being here and feeling it all and soaking in each moment. Because the past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist. The only thing we have is here and now, and we have to be able to always come back to that and bring our presence to this very moment. Even if it's a difficult time, it's okay. Like, yeah, it's okay to also escape these things through pleasures and other avenues. Simultaneously, just being able to sit in silence with your feelings, with your emotions, not judging them, letting them come up, observing them. It's such an important practice that allows you to become truly you. It allows you to look past the conditioning that you've got from society, education, parents, friends, relatives, and come back to something that feels true to you. Not something you've learned, but something you just innately feel and know for yourself about what's right, what's not, because your gut response is something that is there. And the only way to strengthen that connection and get that self-awareness deepened is by spending more quality time with yourself, listening to your inner world, tuning into it, and not judging it, just going with it and seeing what is coming up and observing it and delving into it. All that to say, don't spiritually bypass, like, don't use spiritual beliefs as a way to bypass human emotions and feelings, because we signed up to be human. So when difficult things happen, don't sway away from them. Like, why use the crutch or spiritual bypassing when what you signed up was to feel these things and experience these things? And whenever I look at any emotionally difficult situation from that standpoint, I just come back to, yeah, dude, it's gonna be okay no matter what. Even in the past, I've faced difficult and emotional situations before. So have you, and you still came out of it. You're here now. How is this situation gonna be any different? It's just a matter of time that you allow yourself to process, get through this, and get to the other side. Every moment passes, whether good or bad, and this is gonna pass too. It's just a matter of how you're going to compose yourself, how you're going to hold yourself in the difficult time as you're going through it. You can't just skip to the end, and that's not meant to be the reason to go through these things. It's so you can learn something from it for yourself and about yourself. And I hope you continue to do that. I hope I continue to do that. This particular video is low-key just a culmination of reminders and affirmations that I needed to keep giving myself, because my brain keeps like exploring the craziest of possibilities and negative thoughts coming up. The thoughts of not feeling enough, which is like one of my longest held self-limiting belief. The thought of not being loved, also another limiting self-limiting belief that I've held on to, that I can't be loved, or I shouldn't be loved, or that love is conditional based upon certain characteristics or actions that I take. I hope the voice is okay, because the birdies do be talking. I love hearing them speak, actually. I wonder what they're saying. Probably saying it's always gonna be okay no matter what. And I trust that. As I was saying, so this video is a culmination of affirmations and reminders that I need to tell myself, and hopefully you can find some solace in this too if you've tuned in so far. The baseline, the number one thing, fundamental, that I just went over and want to reiterate is that it's always going to be okay no matter what. You've gone through hard things before and you made it out on the other side. This is no different. You're gonna go through this hard process and you're gonna get to the other side, and it's all gonna be okay. It's all working out in your favor, and this is such an essential practice for trust. If you don't trust the divine timing in the instances where doubt comes up, how are you going to solidify that trust? Trust is something that's built. It's not something that's fully always there. You build that over time. And this is just another practice to do that, because you don't need to know how the situation is going to play out. You don't need to know why this situation is happening right now. You don't know, or you don't need to know exactly where this situation is going to lead. So let it be. Just be here in it. Deal with it and go about it the best way you know how. And just trust it's gonna all work out for the best. Because that's the most you can do. You can't control the outcome. No one can. And that should never be the focus. The focus is on the process of learning. Learning something about yourself, someone else, about the way that the world works, and coming back to derive learnings from any experience, whether good or bad, or easy or difficult. Like I said, it's easy to trust when when situations are going our way, how we expect it to. Of course, it's easy to trust, but trust is developed and is deepened and becomes stronger in those difficult times when you don't know everything with certainty, when there is only uncertainty. Are you able to trust then? Because that's really that is the test. That is the test and the mindfulness practice. Next reminder. I I Nothing outside of me determines my worth. My worth is inherent. Same for you. Nothing outside you has the power to determine what you're capable of and what you're worthy of. For the longest time, I've attached my worth to the things that I accomplish, the work that I do, the titles that I have, the accolades, the accomplishments, money, girls, but none of that dictates worthiness of me as a human. We are all worthy of happiness just by the nature of our existence. There's nothing more we need to do to justify why we deserve happiness. We are co creators with the universe, and we shape our reality and experience in powerful and unimaginable ways. And we have to come back to that and keep elevating our inner self so that we don't let this outside world decide what governs inside us. Even if it feels like someone else's or some other experiences dictating your worth, come back to this. Come back to this idea of you're inherently worthy just by existing. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to do anything more. You just need to be here and feel whatever it is that you're going through. Next up, before I say this next one, I just want to clarify that these are affirmations that I'm practicing for myself too. I'm not saying that I don't fall short on these things and that I don't question my own worth. In fact, I do that, and that's why I need to remind myself of this and come back to this because this is a practice. It's not something that you're gonna master overnight. It's not something that's never gonna come up again. It is, and that's why it's a practice of coming back to it. How often can you do that? How well can you face and be in the situation you're in and still hold your trust and faith in yourself and the world around you, in God or in the universe around you. I am so deeply loved and cared for. I am so deeply loved and cared for. I'm so respected. I'm so capable of hard things. I'm abundant, and my capacity to love and be loved is endless. Yours is too. As humans, we all share these things. We're no different in this regard. And when I say these things to myself, I don't say it from a perspective of other people do this for me. I say this from a perspective of I'm gonna do this for me. I'm gonna love myself. Every day I'm gonna tell myself I love myself and that I care for myself. And I'll show that to myself through my actions of eating good food, fueling my body, getting physical movement in, processing my emotions in a manner where I'm not bypassing them, where I'm not just pushing them aside or shoving them down, where I'm actively engaging in knowing myself and how I interact with the world around me. It's always about it's always about your inner world and how you treat yourself that ends up dictating how other people treat you. So if you identify and when you identify aspects or things in your life around you that you're like, people are not giving this to me, this person's not doing this for me, it's typically and usually the case that you're not giving it to yourself, and then you look for it in other places, leading you to the conclusion that other people are not doing this for you. You yourself have not given yourself that validation yet, and that's why you're seeking it from other places. As I said that out loud, I was reminded of how I have to continue to love myself on a daily basis, even when I make mistakes, even when I sometimes don't follow through on my commitments, or I choose to slow down and give myself rest and I'm not productive, which is gonna be my next thing. In the past, I've spent honestly like I have to give myself grace for my past self because I've been journaling for 8 years and I do process most of my emotions and feel them. Simultaneously, I also do practice spiritual bypassing from time to time. But more importantly, what I do most is medicate myself with my work and productivity because I feel like it gives me an avenue to channel all these emotions into something and create something. And that's really powerful in its essence too. And I think I need that sometimes. Currently, one of this is not one of those times, and right now I'm gonna choose to not medicate myself with work and productivity, which in itself, having this choice is such a privilege, and I feel so grateful and blessed because my grandparents didn't have that opportunity. They had to work because work meant survival, work meant you're putting food on the table and you need that money. So you can't just take the time off. My parents also didn't always have that choice, but I am getting that privilege and I'm getting that choice and I'm gonna take it. As a grad student, I get to decide my own time and schedule. And if that means that I have to make time for my mental health and processing, then I am so willing and wanting to do that. And even though my instinct is to be like, oh, like, fuck it, I'm gonna be feeling these emotions anyways, I might as well work and put some and develop something and get something out of the time that I have. When is that really how I want to live life in 10 years, in 20 years? No, it's not. What's the point of having work and accomplishments if inside you don't feel worthy? There's, it just, I don't know, it doesn't track for me anymore. And I'm not gonna push myself into that. I think that idea that I have to work and I have to be productive because it's competitive and like I have to be on, like I have to be my best, etc., etc., like all of this perception and learnings come from like the self-improvement and personal growth world and the content that I consume about how to improve yourself, how to get more girls, how to make more money, like that kind of hustle culture vibes. And a part of it is valuable, but I've unlearned a lot of the things that I learned through that time period. when I was consuming a lot of this content, and I have to come to, I can't compare myself to another person. I can't compare my journey to another person's. We're all so unique and different, and we go about life in different ways, and that's good. It means we're different humans, and we're actually like developing our individuality and learning the self in some way, and how we're connected with others. I guess I don't anymore subscribe to the idea that I need to maximize productivity and efficiency. So what if the process is slow? So what? What? So what that I take a day off and then I get back in it the next day? I felt so constrained in the past, and I'm finally like letting go of these things to just give myself the time that I need to process things. And it is indeed such a privilege. And when you have such a privilege, you use it, because the more you get to know yourself on a deeper level, the more you improve your capacity to go through emotionally difficult experiences, the more you expand your mind and let go of limiting beliefs, the more you open up yourself to pain and hurt. That's how you also open up yourself to more love and joy and clarity in your life. The wound is where the light enters the soul. Emotionally tough and charged experiences are a way for the light to enter and spread in your inner world. As long as you're willing to do that and let it. As I say this, I welcome all the energy that's around me, within me. I let my mind be open to new experiences, new beliefs, new thoughts to reshape my reality and guide me into the path that's meant for me. And if you're still tuned in with me, I pray and hope that you continue to go deeper into your inner world and your journey and path as well. I hope you view each experience as a learning one. And I hope you realize that you are worthy. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of happiness. You're worthy. Your worthiness is not dictated by something that happened externally outside of you. It's not dependent on a mistake, an exam, a relationship, a person, your parents, your family, your relatives, nothing. You're inherently worthy because you exist as a human. And there's nothing that you need to change or fix to feel that way. You feel that way now, or you can choose to feel that way now. And everything else that's about fixing your path or your life or your habits comes after that. You don't Abundance is something you feel within before you start experiencing it around you all the time. Outflow determines inflow. What you put out from your internal world into this external is exactly what you're going to get back from the external to your internal. These emotional experiences are not just a result of someone else or some other experience outside of you. It's a reflection of your inner world. It's a reflection of how you're feeling, and that's how it's coming out and playing out. The one thing that I'll leave you with and wrap up here is no matter what, it is all gonna be okay. I know it's hard. I like I'm going through it, like I'm literally in the middle of it. So I know what it feels like, and I know it's very heavy. I know you can't label all the emotions. You don't even know what it is that you're feeling at all times, but you feel the weight of it in your body, your mind, your heart. Breathe through it. It's all just built up energy, and with your breath, you have the power to move it throughout your body. Feel it throughout. Like let it observe where it is. Focus on it, and let it go. Let it disperse throughout your body. You don't have to hold it in just one place. And no experience is defining your worth. You're worthy as is. There's nothing else that you need to get to or work through or realize or learn that's gonna make you more worthy. There's no set destination. It's all about the process. And we just have to sink deeper into the moment that we have in front of us. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you, through this reflection and journey of my inner world, got to experience what it's like for me to go through this right now, but also hopefully you got to pick something out for your journey and take away with you. I appreciate you and I love you. And for my future self watching this, you don't have to force anything, Ish. Nothing in your life that's meant to be is something that comes with force. So let go, let it be. If it's meant to be, it will be a part of your life, it will stay. And if it's not, that is also okay. Because no matter what, you're gonna work through it. You're gonna grow as a human. And you're gonna look back and you're gonna be grateful for this experience. Love you, bro. And I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're reminding yourself that you are worthy because you are, and that you don't need anything in this external world to determine that for you because you already feel that within. Love you. I'll see you soon.